Hi and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you the complete system I use for trading stocks on the Trader XP platform. Now I'm going to follow the exact same steps shown in the first video, but much slower this time, and I'll guide you through each and every step so that you can start trading today. So let's get down to it. Here we are once again using the Trader XP platform. As you can see over here on the right-hand side of the screen, it's November 26th, 2012, and just a few minutes before 4 o'clock. My account balance is currently at $14,486.80, an amount that I've earned over the past 10 days by trading according to my system. We begin with step 1, and first I'll select Apple from the drop-down menu in the Binary Options tab. Now, right here is a very significant tool. This is the Trader's Choice tool, and it's a social tool. It tells us the exact direction in which the majority of people are trading Apple stock right now. And currently, 54% of traders are going with a call option. They believe the stock will go up, and 46% are going with a put option. They believe it will go down. Now continuing to step 2, click the 60 Seconds tab and again, select Apple from the drop-down menu on the left. Now here's a graph displaying the stock's performance over the last hour or so, and this shows you the stock's current trend. Now let's select $5 from the drop-down menu here, and here you'll see we can earn a 70% return on this investment, which means that if this trade is successful, we'll receive $8.50. It's not a lot of money, but just wait and see. Now remember that 54% of traders believe that Apple stock will go up, so we're going with the majority. Click Call, Start, OK, and our trade is open. Now, the trade we've just opened up is displayed down here. Here's the asset we're trading, our position up, as well as the exact start time and end time. The entry rate and current rate are displayed, followed by the payout, which is currently 0, but it will be $8.50 if the trade goes green and ends successfully. On the far right's the time remaining before the trade expires, and while we wait for the trade to come in, let me quickly recap the steps of the system again for you. We've seen the first 2 steps already. First, you check the Trader's Choice tool. Second, make a $5 trade in the same direction as the majority of traders according to the data provided by the Trader's Choice tool. So if we do lose the trade, the next trade will be for $25, which is enough to recoup the $5 loss and make an additional profit of $12.50. So the farther we go through the steps, the more money we can make with each trade by doing the exact same thing. So even losing trades here and there, it's not such a bad thing after all. It looks like this trade is a successful one. Let's wait for it to expire and confirm that we've won the trade so we know whether it's time to head back to step 1 or continue on with a $25 trade. And yes, we've won the trade. The payout's already been added to my account balance. As I explained, winning a trade means it's time to go back to step number 1. Click the Binary Options tab to check the Trader's Choice tool. Notice that 53% of traders currently believe that the stock will go up. Let's head back to the 60 Seconds tab and open another $5 trade. Now the trade will be the same as before. We'll use the Call button to go with the majority of traders, click the green Start button, and then we'll click OK. If your internet connection is a bit slow like mine, you might experience a slight delay when you click on things, but it's nothing to worry about. Any delay will have no effect on your trades. Just be patient for a moment and try to resist clicking more than once, as that tends to slow things down even further. There we go. We click OK and we're off. Again, all the details of the trade are displayed here. Even though this trade was carried out the same way as before, no 2 trades are ever the same. So even if this all looks familiar, the details and the outcome may be different. So while all the other traders are expending their energy worrying about whether their trades will be successful or not, I always make sure I go with the majority. However, instead of worrying if my trade will come in or not, I worry about managing my investments correctly. And by sticking to this strategy, I practice proper risk management, and that's why I'm able to make more money over time. And moreover, I'm completely detached from the trading game. I don't feel happy when I win a trade, and I don't feel sad when I don't. I'm happy just sticking to my strategy, and I think of the money that I'll cash out at the end of the month. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, making a $25 trade will ensure that our $5 loss is covered, and we'll earn an additional $12.50. Alright, it looks like this trade's going to be unsuccessful, and since I've already prepared the next trade of $25, as you can see up here, I'll simply hit the Start button right away to keep moving forward. Now I'll click OK, and our $25 trade is open. It appears right above the previous trade, which disappears in a few moments. Now, did you notice I didn't check the Trader's Choice tool? That's because only a minute has passed, and, well, there's really little chance that the majority will have changed direction in such a short period of time. Since speed is key here and I want to quickly catch that value fluctuation, I have to take action right away, trusting from experience that the majority of traders won't change direction each and every minute. Now, if this trade is unsuccessful, we'll move on to the next step, which is a $75 trade. That'll cover our $5 and $25 losses and give us a significant profit as well. It's not that often that I get the chance to make a $75 trade. When we're always trading with the majority of traders, the cycle of $5 trades with an occasional $25 trade, well, that can last a long time. I'm hoping that I'll get the chance to show you this part of the system here, but this trade's looking very green and it looks like it'll be a winner. Okay, so we've won this trade as expected, and as usual, the payout has been added up to my account balance already. So back to step 1, check the Trader's Choice tool. It's still saying 53% of traders believe the stock will go up. So let's head back to the 60 seconds tab. We'll change the amount back to $5. We'll click Put and Start, and finally OK. Now here's our open trade on top here. Getting a 70% return on this stock means the payout for a $5 trade will be $8.50 if the trade is successful. Some viewers might be wondering if it's worth their time to make trades that only result in a profit of $3.50, and I understand the feeling. Small amounts like this can seem pretty insignificant when you consider them one by one in the moment. But when you step back and look at the bigger picture, whether that's an hour, a day, or 10 days, these small, consistent profits really add up quickly. Remember, these trades have an expiry time of only 60 seconds. Making $3.50 in a mere minute actually adds up to an excellent income over time. Okay, see how the trade just turned orange? Let's prepare to make a $25 trade next, and we'll be ready to hit start if we lose this trade. Remember, speed is important here, so we want to be as quick as we can after a losing trade. This trade lost, so let's move on and hit start, then OK. I'm experiencing a bit of a delay here due to my slow internet connection, but as I said before, this is nothing to worry about, and it doesn't affect my trades in the least. There we go. Now the trade is still open, and if this trade is successful, we'll get a payout of $42.50 and still make a profit despite losing that $5 trade a moment ago. However, if the trade is not successful, and I actually kind of hope it isn't, because I really want you to see this, then we'll move on to the next step and we'll quickly make a $75 trade. Now just like the $25 trade recoups the loss of a $5 trade and still gives us a profit, a $75 trade recoups the loss of the $5 and the $25 trade and gives us a substantial profit of $22.50 as well. And that's exactly why I've developed my system. By making sure I'm ready for a win as well as a loss, I'm always in control of the bigger picture. A single trade is nothing more than a step for me, like a normal, repetitive task you do at any old job. I concentrate on working toward a monthly profit that allows me to detach my emotions from my day-to-day trading. And since it looks like this trade could lose, I'm going to get ready for the next step by selecting $75 from the drop-down menu just in case. Excellent! I lost this trade. Now quick, let's get ready to make a $75 trade. We'll click OK and we're on. Now my excitement here is because I really wanted to show you the next step in my system. I rarely get to this point because, well, as you've seen, I consistently trade in the same direction as the majority of traders, and the majority rarely tends to be mistaken in the long term. Now this trade will result in a massive $127.50 payout that covers my $5 and $25 losses and makes an additional profit of $22.50 on top of that. This more than compensates me for the time and effort that I put into the earlier trades, and it's always a nice bonus. That's why it's important to stick to the strategy and be a consistent trader who always follows a plan rather than emotion. A trader who keeps the bigger picture in mind instead of getting worked up over the small steps involved. Trading binary options with a solid strategy allows you to make a real business out of this and build up your income to a level where you want it to be. So, as you can see, the trade is looking very green and it looks like it's going to be successful as planned and expected. All that's left to do is wait for it to expire. We've won the trade and the $127.50 payout is reflected in my account balance up here at the top of the page as usual. Now let's review the last few trades by clicking the Portfolio button right below the balance here. Now here's a list of the results of all the work I did during the last 10 minutes. We won the $5 trade, so we went back to step 1 and opened another $5 trade. Then we lost this trade, but we recouped that money on the next $25 trade. So that resulted in an overall profit of $16. Then as you can see here, we went back to the first step, and after checking the Trader's Choice tool, we made a $5 trade. And when we lost this trade, as you can see here in the payout column, we moved on to the next step, and that was a $25 trade. If we'd won this trade, we would have simply gone back to step 1 all over again, the same as we did before, but this time we lost. So in order to recoup that money and stay in the black, we went ahead and made that $75 winning trade, and that allowed us to recoup our money and make an overall profit. As you can see over here in the far right-hand column, this trade resulted in a staggering return of $127.50, and that put us right back on track. Okay, let me just click over here and go back to the trading platform. So it's now 4:08 in the afternoon on November 26th, which means that just 10 minutes have passed since the video began, and my account balance is showing $14,525.30. Now remember, in the first video, we started out with under $400. Now, do you remember my account balance only 10 minutes ago? Let me check. I've got it written down here somewhere. Yes, it was exactly $14,486.80. This means that in the last 10 minutes, I was able to generate a profit of, let me calculate that for you, $38.50. And if you want to calculate that by the hour, well, that comes out to, let's see, $38.50 times 6 equals, well, about $230 an hour. But even if you don't trade as quickly or as often as I do, you can still make a very decent income by trading stocks with binary options. Now, I've only tested this binary option stock trading strategy with Trader XP so far, because this is where I do my stock trading. I like to trade stocks where there's a large number of professional stock traders, which is a very important detail, especially when you follow the majority of traders when trading. And Trader XP is known to be the platform preferred by most professional traders. So after watching this video, you've seen each step involved in my system so that you know how to handle a variety of scenarios that could come up when trading stocks using binary options. And you've learned how to determine what to do next in each case. If you'd like to see a written list of the steps, they're available down below. And once you've gotten a handle on the steps in my system and you feel ready to start trading, go ahead and register an account with Trader XP. There are numerous deposit options available. You can choose from major credit cards, debit cards, wire transfer, money bookers, and they even take Western Union or web money. So I think that really covers just about any of your preferences. Now, once you start making money using this platform, withdrawing money from your account works in a similar fashion. Withdrawal requests are responded to quickly enough, and your earnings are transferred to your bank account or your credit card swiftly. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoy using my system, and I wish you success.